Welcome to TV More Health Hour with Costa and Jumo. We've got Vita-Aid Sugar Balance. Yep, Vita-Aid Sugar Balance for only 199 Rand. We are all about getting healthy here at TV More.
That is right.
And Vita-Aid's all 100% natural products for only 199 Rand. You're going to be taking care of your sugar levels. Now, you know, Jumo, the one thing I know is that product companies that sell us packaged goods have a lot on their plates, and what they do tend to do a lot of the time is actually hide sugar content from us.
I like that. Yeah,
Hey?
they do, and there is that's what science can do. So when you look at it, I think just to give our viewers a bit of information on that, when you look on your food label and you are looking for what is a sugar, just look for a word that ends with these three letters OSE. We call it the OS family, OSE.
Sucrose.
Fructose, galactose. So anything that ends with an OSE, even if they have not said it's a sugar, then you must know that is the scientific name for how sugars are written on your food labels.
Because a lot of people are saying, yeah, but I don't eat sugar. But when you look at the pack and you actually see what sugar is contained in that.
That's right.
Now, tell me, why do we need to watch how much sugar we take in? What happens when we're taking in sugar?
I think this is one of the topics or subjects on sugar balance which should be spoken about more, because when you look at sugar balance, you're talking about your energy levels. And sugar, when we're talking about your sugar levels in the blood, what we're really talking about is the glucose component, because it is the glucose that we are talking about that balances your sugar levels. That's the one that the cells have to take in and burn for energy. So we are talking about glucose. So that is very key, because I always say, if you are feeling tired, if you get the ups and the downs during the day, it means your sugar levels are not balanced. So how do you then go around it? Obviously, you're supposed to be starting by eating well. Eating well means we are encouraging you to eat more what we call complex foods. So when you are eating your sugars, we are saying eat them in the form of starches, eat grains, so that when the body releases the sugar, it's not just flushing it into the blood or dumping it into the blood, it's gradually releasing it so that it can be used nicely without overloading the system.
But that's not really how most people are eating, right?
Definitely not, because I mean, if you look at it, I mean, besides the sugary stuff, there is the fats that we're supposed to eat. There's the protein. I know fat has been dubbed as a bad thing because most people do not understand that there's good fats and there's bad fats.
Now, okay, so, but when I take in my sugar, I'm getting a high, right?
Right.
I'm going up. I'm getting up there, right?
That is right. In fact, it gives you that energy. Yes, it gives you that energy feel, but do you need to be that high? Maybe not. So what we're looking at, we're saying when you eat food, you are eating food so that your energy levels can be maintained throughout the day. So we do not want you to have the highs and the lows.
Okay, because after the high comes that sluggish feeling.
And when you crash, unfortunately, you do not go to where you came from. So if I have to use my hands for illustration, if you take a sugar supplement and it takes you to this level, when you crash, you do not come back to where you came from. You go below. So what does that mean? It means
I want to eat more.
You need more to go back to the same feeling. So that then becomes a vicious cycle, and people tend to look for more sugar and more sugar and more sugar. Hence, we end up becoming insulin resistant, and now our hormone insulin does not even know how to handle all this excess sugar that you're continually bringing into the system, not necessarily because it's needed for energy, because you are not balancing your sugar levels.
So what I'm hearing is by balancing my sugar levels, I'm not going to get too low a sugar, which means, which makes me want to eat more.
Yeah,
so I'm actually taking care of my cravings.
That's right. You're taking care of the cravings. This is why when we look at now the sugar balance, the way it's actually put together is to make sure that the herbs that have been put in there will help you to make sure that now you do not unnecessarily reach out for sugar when you don't need it.
Okay, so there we go. Low sugar levels, you too high, too low, tossing and turning in bed. You know, like they said, it's not your fault. There we go.
Yeah.
Lots of sugars in the food that we don't really know are in there.
They're in there, yeah. look at the effects now, but when you've actually, if you balance your sugar levels, which means your energy levels are set right. So now, if we can maybe try and go through some of the ingredients that
Yes.
we've put in there and why we've actually put in them. We've got alpha lipoic acid as one of the ingredients. Alpha lipoic acid is an antioxidant, which we produce in our bodies. Also, plants do produce it, but it's very good. Antioxidant, so we're looking at flushing out or mopping out unnecessary free radicals that the body can produce, but also studies have shown that it's good for maintaining blood sugar levels. So we've put alpha lipoic acid for that reason. We also have got spirulina. Not only will spirulina give you energy, spirulina will also work as a very good immune booster and antiviral, but key studies have shown that it's very good to balance your sugar levels. So we're talking sustained energy, and that's why we're actually focusing on making sure that your blood sugar levels are maintained. There is another ingredient there that is, I find very important because it does about three important functions. That's the eucalyptus. So what it does, it makes sure that the body can utilize the sugar very well by taking it into the cells. But also the other function that it does, it actually helps the body to make sure that excess sugar, instead of being converted to fat, you convert it to glycogen. Glycogen is a complex sugar. That's how we store sugar that we do not need in our body. So it's stored in the liver and in the muscles. So what does that do? What does that do? It actually helps you take away the cravings. So instead of eating, because you have stashed something away, the body will simply break down that glycogen, releasing it back into the system when you need extra sugar. So then it means there's no more binge eating.
Wow, so reduce the possibility of binge eating.
That's right.
Take control of your sugar levels.
Yes.
Let's talk about mood and mood swings. I mean, we all know candy makes every kid smile.
Right.
Let's talk about mood swings and sugar
yes,
and where this is going to help.
I think when you look at it, moods affect how we actually then respond to food. So it's very key because when you have got your blood sugar levels not being balanced, you tend to eat too much, and when you get the high, because sugar mimics some of the natural or friendly hormones that help you feel good. So it gives you an antidepressant effect. And that is not a true effect. So because what happens after taking the sugar, you tend to also then crash. So we are looking at now a product that's going to help you, that you maintain the sugar levels and you're not going to get the highs and the lows. And your insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that moves the sugar into the cells so that they can be burnt for the sugar can be burnt for energy. But it also is the same hormone that helps you store that extra sugar as fat. So now you've got it now being modeled very well to be sensitive so that you can utilize the sugar that's in the system very well. And that's the reason why we've also put zinc, because zinc is one of those minerals that is needed for the manufacture of this hormone. So we are making sure that if there is a deficiency of zinc, we're giving you the zinc so that the body can manufacture enough insulin, the hormone that helps you feed the sugar into the cells so that you can burn it for energy.
Okay, and so back to the moods. Really, control the mood issues you may get from too much sugar or too little sugar.
Yes.
With this product.
With the product. Because when you control the mood, then it means you do not need to actually reach out for extra food unnecessarily, the binge eating.
Yeah.
Because you are trying to say, okay, I'm not feeling too good, so maybe if I reach out for food, because sugar gives you that, it deceives you to make you think that you are making the right choice. And yet it's actually just getting you into a vicious cycle where now you end up becoming irritable instead of actually being calm, which is not what we want.
A lot of people are trying to cut down on sugar or move away from sugar. Is this something to help you?
This is a good product. I like the fact that you have mentioned that this is a nice product, because once it blunts that sweet tooth, the craving, then it means you are using a product that is gently assisting you not to look for sugar, because it's saying there's no need to take for sugar. I have stored the extra sugar that you have given me, and I will release it back into the system when you need it. Because that feeling only comes in when you do not have those stores of that sugar stored as glycogen. But because the product is helping you and assisting you to make sure that you've got any unnecessary excess sugar, you have stored it for later use. Then the body does not need to call for more sugar from the outside.
So if you're trying to cut back on your sugar, okay, but think how you're going to do it, because my body's often saying, give me more sugar.
That's right.
Okay, so what we're saying here is try and take control of your sugar.
Yes.
But help yourself out with Vita-Aid Sugar Balance for only 199 Rand, say 51 Rand off the retail price. Don't pay 250 Rand. Right here on TV Mall, for only 199 Rand, you're going to get 120 capsules. Give us a call on 0861 000 173. Now, how do we take this? How do we take these capsules?
We've put 120 tablets to actually assist you in making sure that this is going to be a month's supply. So you're going to take 2 tablets in the morning, and you're going to take 2 tablets in the afternoon. So that will help you to make sure that your energy level is actually set.
Okay, so 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
And 2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon, with a glass of water, yes.
Okay.
So that's a month's supply.
A month's supply for only 199 Rand. Cut back on your sugar and help yourself to do that. Or if you're not cutting back on your sugar, at least help yourself try and get your sugar balance, your sugar levels back in balance. Now, I want to bring up the condition of diabetes.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Tell me about this and diabetes.
If you are diabetic and you are on medication, we would not recommend that you take the sugar balance, because it will further lower your sugar levels, and you would go into a state what we call hypoglycemia, which is very low sugar levels, which is not a healthy situation. So if you are on medication, we do not advise that you take the sugar balance. However, if you are advised to balance your sugar levels by your doctor through diet, this would be a very good product to use with your diet to help you balance those sugar levels. For most of us, Costa, I would say this is the product that we need, because unfortunately with most people do not know, because we do not go for regular medical checkups. Most of us are in what we call a pre-diabetic state. We are not at the diabetic state, but our levels are still high and they need balancing.
Okay, so a lot of people can use this. People looking to cut back on their sugar levels,
right.
People looking to take care of their sugar levels, to keep away from that D word that nobody really, that is a disease that is affecting a lot of South Africans and around the world too. Take control of your sugar levels here with Vita-Aid Sugar Balance. Only 199 Rand here. Thank you for joining us always. This is Costa and Juma on The Health Hour.